Are you ready?
My name is Vanessa.
Interrupting what interrupts you, knowing that you're a little bit more than what you think you are. Of course, those are key things that we want to remember. But we don't always, right? Because we are always either remembering the past or we're looking towards the future. We're looking at tomorrow. What is it that we want? How do we want to feel? What is it that we want to project? What are we saying? All these things are influencing how we are being in the moment. So today I want to raise your awareness to staying in your power, being personally tuned in and responsible so that you're able to be who you are. We're getting so pulled in so many different ways. But that is part of the greatest awakening. This is why the planet right now is full and overpopulated, because this is the greatest time to be here. This is the time where it counts. No one is here by mistake, and no one is here forcefully. It is all by choice. So in saying that, let's bring us back to you, your life. What is personal to you? Because in a world that is so overpopulated, that is so full, that is at an escalating speed, in this incredible dance between science and spirituality and awakening and purpose and reckoning and chaos, what matters most is you and only you. And so in a place where we are called to serve others, and in a place that, in a time that we are called to be of true service, there lies the biggest gap. And that's what I continuously see. I hear the people talking. I see the people doing. And I even see them walking. But what is clear is that the gap continues to widen. And those things that separate us as humanity, humans, and those things that matter the most to all of us, which is peace, are getting wider and wider and wider. Because we are forgetting to go and look within us to our personal journeys. It is not the religious factors that make us or break us. Yet, it is those things that we are letting those things make us or break us. And I can go further into that, but that conversation's not for today. The conversation is, how do you stay in your personal power, and how do you stay on your journey? By staying on it, by being present, by being tuned in, by evaluating how you are thinking and how you're feeling whilst you're on the wake-up call in the morning, and whilst you are in your lunchtime, whilst you are at dinner time, and whilst you are going to bed. These things that are so simple and so overlooked every single day are mattering the most right now. It's funny how the little things are the biggest things. And so, there have been great books written out there, and there are great books written out there, and there are more authors on the planet than there have ever been. But people are writing for themselves. What somebody writes for them might not be written for you. Your vibration has to come first. Yet you're the first one to give up that vibration, to give up that essence, to give up that equity, okay, to give up your commodity of how you're feeling and faking it and projecting and affirming and meditating. Meditation is powerful, absolutely powerful. But we are human beings. We are meant to be present. We're supposed to be meditating 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. If you want to go out there and meditate between an hour, but you're not supposed to keep your whole day in a meditative state. We want to be present. You want to be present on your journey. You want to have the power of choosing Why? Because there is no right and there is no wrong. But those two opposite things create opportunity because they bring you value in how you experience yourself, your journey, who you are you becoming. As you think yourself, you are. Yes and no. You can think many things, but you're not becoming that until you are aligned and tuned into that, right? So today what I want to do is allow you to go outside. Be present in this journey you are calling your life. You are the personal creator. You are the one that is inscribing and scripting your life as you're going. Not to document everything because everything's already being documented, but for you to experience the feeling and the connection and all of these things. I'd started earlier on by saying and starting the process that maybe today I should speak about interrupting what is interrupting you. But what happens is a lot of people are not even thinking about that. They didn't even know that they're being interrupted by being themselves. A lot of people don't even know, they're ignoring that they're not being intuitive, they're being objective, they're continuously staying limited in their thought process because those paradigms fit with judgment calls, with social settings, with paradigms that instill them so that they don't lose their security. Life in itself is a surety of benevolence. Life in itself has the laws of the universe that bring on true abundance and equity to all of your life. If things are not continuously flowing for you, well, there's a reason for it, and there's lots of different influencing factors why those things are happening. So I would say that learning to interrupt what is interrupting you is very, very valuable. But bringing on that conversation to a show like this today would be a little bit premature because how do you know what's interrupting you when you're not even thinking about being interrupted, right? How do you know that? How does it feel? You have to be a little bit more tuned in, right? So it's like, I love this wind. It's in the space of allowing the wind to just brush over you. You get this clear state of being. So instead of looking for what is negative, I want to invite you to stay on the journey and look for what you love. Because looking for the positives doesn't mean that it's a positive serving factor for you. Every positive has a contrast. In fact, science says that there is no cold. There is no cold. It's the lack of heat that creates the coldness. So if that is the fact in science, then that absolutely proves to us that we are fully energetic, light energy beings, which we are. Yet people are still thinking and stating and arguing the fact that we are spirituality being. We are spiritual essences of our spirit being connected. Yet the language that is still out there is still saying, well, I'm not spiritual. Spirituality is. That is our journey. This is who we are. In this great awakening, it's like, where's the biggest conversation? Where are you on your journey? Where is your personal power? What are you creating? What are you doing? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? These are such important, valuable gems that call you into a space to bring blessings, good fortune, evolution, to elevate yourself, to see the contrasts. Because, as I say, and what the show is all about, is to remind you in the most beautiful and uplifting way that you and only you are the creator of your life. But saying that and being that and understanding that and taking full responsibility changes the playing field. It changes everything because you don't only create the good, you create the good and the not so good. You don't only create what you want. How many times have you created the things you don't want? How many times are you so focused on what it is that you don't want, that it triggers that emotional setting with you, that you're now fearful? Okay, and by the way, fear is not an emotion. Fear is a triggered response from the mind because of something you have experienced. Of course, there are fears there that trigger you so that you are paying attention to yourself so that you don't get endangered, right? Our sensory energy and our field of pure intelligence has this dance with ourselves that we know. But today it's about being present, staying on your journey, waking up, choosing to be enlightened, choosing to walk the day with this essence of laughter, where you know the details are being left up to you, the higher self, you, your personal creator, and how you are allowing these ingredients to come together for you. That is the beauty and the essence of who we are as creators. Of course, there are things that don't feel good. It doesn't make it bad. There are two things that we as creators have the power of. But there are laws out there in the universe that there are two things that you have to keep in mind. When you are creating, you can have anything and you can do anything as long as you're creating for the higher good of you and others, and that you're not taking away from somebody else. Right? Staying on the journey means that it's your journey. Staying focused on your journey means that you're focused on your journey, not somebody else's journey. I see it in the youngsters. I see it in older people. I see it in all religions. I see it in all ethnicities. I see it in all cultures. There are all those ones. Sometimes we take our eye off ourselves and we put our eye into others. That just there takes you off your path. It takes you off the journey. When that happens, choose to step aside. Do you have that choice? You can go either left, right, but when you move, your body moves, your intentions move, you move, life moves with you, and the universe is responding. So it's like, if you want to be in the sun, it's because you love the sun. But you can't avoid the sun. The sun is part of our life force energy. It's what gives life and energy to this planet. It's like you can't avoid being a spiritual being that is forever evolving. For you to be on this journey, it means that you have to start paying attention to what you are creating. Because riding this wave, creating by default, is sooner or later going to bring you more and more and more and more of the things that you're not tuned into. And those things, they are going to trigger a feeling of dissatisfaction, of unfulfillment. That's something that you don't know what it is, but you know you don't have it. It happens to everybody. Once you have evolved to a place and you've outgrown what you've done, and you get to a place where I am no longer feeling happy, I am feeling not frustrated. I would rather say dissatisfied. It's not satisfying you anymore. It's like having your favorite food and eating it every day, and then all of a sudden you go, that's not what I want anymore. It's your taste buds, it's your sensory, it's calling for something else. That's your higher self calling for you. It's calling for you to say, come, be on this journey, be in this life, because you're never going to be you again. This is it. You're never going to be John. You're never going to be Mary. You're never going to be Susan. You're never going to be Daniela. You're never going to be John. This one, John, that one. You're never going to be you again. So isn't that such a vital space to look at you being in your journey and what this journey of your life looks like? What is it that you want? What is it that you love doing? Because if you are not paying attention to these little important things, and you're setting goals, and you're meditating, and you're filling up your schedule, and you're going to work, and you're serving your family, and you're being a good child, a good parent, a good community leader, but you're forgetting about this essence called you, your ability to tune into you, your ability to connect to who you are and being present, then you're not creating with a personal power. You're creating by default. And that only leads you down the river of devastation, destruction, self-imposed false insecurities and distortions that rob you and your family. Because you know, we all do. We over-engage in our lives and other people's lives because we have this tendency to care and over-care and do and want. And sometimes we want things for others more than what we should want them for ourselves. But along the way we learn. And along the way we feel and understand that sometimes it's not about you allowing this leaf to be on your head. Sometimes you just got to go. You got to let it go. Sometimes you just got to know that this journey requires a sense of intention. What is your intention? But when you know that you're waking up in the morning and you have an intention to be powerful, to be successful, to be financially free, to be loving, to be all those things, you have to listen and write down and pay attention to what it is that you wrote down. Because intention gets you, say, 90% there. That's how powerful an intention is. But if you don't line up those intentions with inspired actions or with attunement or a higher connection, then you're going to be interrupting yourself as you're going along. And as I said, if science is telling you that there is no cold, that means that there is no contrast, it's the lack of light or the lack of love that's there, then the contrast in you is the lack of attention on you, right? That's a big one. So for today, how can this help you? What can I help you tune into your journey? Know that you are the creator of your life. Know that you're on this journey. The gift of this journey is you staying present. So when you catch yourself in yesterday or you catch yourself over dreaming about tomorrow, bring it back. Allow the wind to clear those fears, to clear those anxieties, to clear all those things away. And watch yourself tune into the life that you are experiencing with a personal enrichment and favor. That's you being on the journey called now. And as they say, the gift is being present. The gift is only now, because now in this moment, this is where you create your tomorrow. This is where you hold your personal power. This is where you hold everything that serves you to being the ultimate creator that only you know will satisfy you. Okay? Stay on the journey, stay focused, stay empowered, and stay true to yourself. Thank you.
My name is Vandha.